So that's one little thing that I need to put in for about groups. Also, too, groups also have. I'm very open with my group. I mean, if somebody came in and said, "Hey guys, I'm going to talk about something totally different," I say, "Okay, go ahead, give us your shot and see what the rest of the members say." Now, granted, some members might like that, some members might not, but I like to try to keep it like kind of open like that, so that people can feel like they're free, that you can talk about a subject that maybe off the wall for a little bit, until we come to a nice conclusion. Remember when I started up the Rowan County Anime Group in Yahoo? I know a lot about British science fiction, and I was telling them about this. This is when JRU posted some stuff on it, and we were all having a great time just talking about different things, different voice actors, and because some of this genre does bias over to another thing. The late actor John Pertwee, who played the Third Doctor, he did a voice in an animated series in Australia. It's called Super Ted. He's the Spotty Man. And it's about a teddy bear that gets thrown in rubbish. It was shown on the Disney Channel. And then you go and you can talk about what Tiffany Grant was doing as far as her next project. Saw Tiffany about 2 months ago. She's still working with more on Neon Genesis, Ian Gallion, because they're remastering it. And then sometimes you do end up with some of those people that, oh God, that they can really be a pain in the neck.
Yeah, we had an incident with our group as well before. I mean, with the incident that basically happens, we had a guy in our group, and basically, since it's an anime group, of course, it's Winston-Salem Anime Group, he posted, he was like, "This is an anime group, you guys shouldn't be talking about anything but anime, this is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah," and then, of course there's people like that. Of course, everybody you're going to meet in the group is not going to be nice. You're not always going to be friends with everybody at a convention. Your opinions are always going to clash eventually. So, I mean, like, with the thing about groups is making it solely about one thing doesn't always benefit it at all. Like with us, we're pretty open about things, with anime, gaming, I'm not, you're just here, we're here to have fun. That's the main thing of a group. It's to absolutely have fun. It's nothing else, There are rules, yes, there are rules so things don't go crazy and haywire. But at the same time, the main aspect is to have fun. And it's not always about anime. Everybody has things that they love other than anime. There's many other things that imply with anime, Japanese music, everything like that. You got to be open to that.
Or even Japanese history.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was the co-president of my high school's anime club, actually, and one of the problems we had was actually. One of the problems that we had was the teacher, because all clubs in my school had to have a teacher supervisor to make sure that we weren't, out hurt fighting or something. And our teacher she wouldn't let us talk about anything else than anime. She wouldn't let us watch anything except subs. She wouldn't. She tried to kind of run. She ran the group like
a dictator.
Like a dictator, and I think really poorly because, like Hamid was saying, yes, it's an anime group, but there's so much else that
there's so much other things that we love other than
she wouldn't
just
even want us to talk about J-pop and stuff unless it was an opening that we could prove that was an opening.
But see, the part you said about she only allowed you to watch subs.
Yeah, she only was.
See, that's not fair because people like me, I have astigmatism. It makes reading the subs hard. If they move too fast, I can't read them. Mm-hmm. So, I watch them when it does, but I do watch the occasional sub if it's done right.
Mm-hmm. That's what we watched the Cowboy Bebop movie once, and I'm a big fan of Steve Bloom, and I think the dub is quite fantastic. And I tried to bring that up, and she wouldn't have any. It was. And it pretty much caused the death of our club.
Okay, well, I just made an anime. And I was born on the president. What kind of things can keep her interested?
And you're running it is it like a high school club or? With high school clubs, it's very limited. The thing is with high schoolers is remember, you guys don't have a form of transportation most of the time, so you can't expect them to meet you outside of school all the time. But the main thing is to like let's say for example, if I were you, I would come up with a list of like top 10 animes. And then have everybody pick, what do you guys want to watch? Something new, something that you've never seen before. That's one of the best things to do is introduce your group to new anime out there. Start them to, get them to participate into things. That's the main thing about it.
I also have like 20 or 30 of the group, so it's kind of hard to keep them all quiet.
You're not going to be able to keep everyone quiet. In an anime, personally me, I like to talk. If I enjoy the anime, I'm going to talk about it. The thing is, don't try to shush everybody. Let everybody enjoy themselves. Let them talk about the anime. Let them, that's the main thing, You don't want to be like, rules, be quiet, blah, no.
So what I'm doing is like separating them into ones. Like I'm doing role playing. We're going to do role playing and like get the auditorium so we can perform to them. Like half the group, if you want to watch anime, go on this side. And the other group want to do like role
Yeah, because some people aren't always going to feel comfortable with, role playing. A lot of otakus are very shy. You're not going to find everybody. Not everybody's going to want to talk out loud. Not everybody's going to want to stand up on stage. But that you got to be, respectful of that. That's why it's a good thing. You're like, if you guys aren't, comfortable with it, you can either sit or watch or go watch some anime. But you're doing a good thing.
Is there like any games or play or something? Like other than trivia?
I mean, there are quite a few. I'm trying to think of trivia games.
So I'm trying to get like, active a little.
May I make a suggestion to you? I did this one time. We had a trivia contest for our anime group. Find some animes that are pretty well known. Write down some facts that you know about that anime, and there are facts. Let's take for example. Let's say in Pokemon, who did this voice in this year of Pokemon? Who was the actress or actor? What series? No, wait a minute. There yet. How many rings did the witch have in the Miyazaki film Howl's Moving Castle? Or something like that, where you went and you researched it a little bit. Who founded Studio Ghibli? Things like that. Just put together a whole bunch of...
Yeah, your best thing with trivia is pick a bunch of anime, like your age group. I'm pretty sure you know what animes they've watched the most. Go through in there, and even if you've never watched it, go, boom. Pick an episode online, stream it, find out something about it, create a question. The best thing you do is just create questions on the animes that you're watching. There's no point in, let's say, for example, creating questions on an anime that no one's ever watched. Like, only you have watched. It's an awesome anime. You want them to get a watch. But that's the cool thing. That's why you introduce your animes that you think is awesome to the group. Maybe every once in a while you would, pick someone and be like, okay, now it's your turn. Pick an anime that you think is awesome. Introduce it to us. Let us know.
Another thing you can do to engage them is, I know back in high school, our club actually did a panel at Animazement. We did the symbolism in Evangelion, where we basically, just dissected the series and put what we thought. Oh yeah, it was a ton of fun. And then put up. We think that this stuff means this, and et cetera, and then also engage the audience. Ask them what to do. But that's something else you can do to engage it, because it requires a lot of people to watch. It opens up people to new series and gets them to actively really watch them and absorb it, other than just, oh yeah, that's kind of cool.
Well, you have questions?
I was going to say, the other thing we used to do too was finish the sentence story and just make it anime related. You can do something like Naruto went down to the market and he saw, and you would stop, and the next person has to pick it up, and you have to either name there's got to be something in it that's either anime related as far as a place, a person, an item of food, or an item or something like that. That's one of the role-playing games you do with ours. And you would get some weird people meeting some weird character crossovers. You would get, Naruto finding, Mokuna and, sent to back
the Dragon Balls in his ramen.
The Dragon Balls fell from the sky, and Vegeta came, and And what you do is you have somebody who either has something to videotape to write it down. That was always a lot of fun later on, because even if you write it, especially when everybody has said it, if you can video or audio tape it, go back later and have somebody transcript it out, and then hand it out on a sheet of paper to everybody in your group. And that might actually get some of your shy kids who aren't really into the role play and more into watching anime. If they read something silly like that, that sometimes will draw them in because they realize it's silly and fun and not necessarily super scary and serious. So that's an icebreaker. That's an icebreaker thing.
Now, if you want to try to get respect from your higher peers, like your teachers and stuff, like I said, there's a lot of animes out here that do cross over, a place in Japan, let's say like Sendai, which was mentioned in Sakura Wars, and you can say, okay, this was mentioned in this animated series, this castle over here, and if you look at it, you may actually find out, hey, that castle actually exists in an anime. And then you can say, okay, there's an anime that I watched called Genshiken. They went to a place called Akihabara. Well, I did a little research. Hey, guess what? Akihabara is a real place. It's called Electric Town in Japan. So if you can show real locations at some of the places in some of these animated series and say, well, this was mentioned in this anime, that kind of gives them like, okay, you're learning about different cities in Japan, and also too maybe some of the population, some of the people who are associated in these areas. What I love about J-pop is that I can go back and I can look up some of these singers and say, okay, well, this one was born over here, this one's born over there, and I can put a picture with that and put down what the progress they were living in, and that somewhat, would give them a respect that, you are trying to learn something more about the culture. In Fruits Basket, which is a very nicely animated Funimation puts out on DVD. That's where I first learned about the Valentine tradition that over in Japan, girls give guys candy on February the 14th. Now, on March 14th is White Day. So they return the favor, as it were, by giving them something white. And that's, that was a tradition that was started over in Japan. But I didn't learn about that until I watched Fruits Basket, and I did a little research and found out, yeah, these two days do exist, the chocolate giving to guys and the white day on March 14th. And so little notes like that can help, get the respect of your older peers, because you're taking the time to research this information out, separating the fiction from the facts, sort of deal.